All right, so today we're diving deep into data storage, specifically NVMe, SAS, and SATA interfaces.
Yeah.
Ever wonder what those cryptic acronyms really mean?
Well,
By the end of this deep dive, you'll not only know what they are, but you'll understand which one might be the best fit for your needs.
exactly. We'll peel back the layers, break down the jargon, so you can make informed decisions about your storage solutions.
And a huge thank you to Stonefly for making this deep dive possible. They actually offer some incredible storage solutions, HCI and backup and DR appliances that support both NVMe SSD and SAS for automated tiered storage. And that translates to high performance without breaking the bank.
Yeah, that's right. Stonefly really hits that sweet spot of power and affordability.
Okay, so let's get into it. In today's data-driven world, speed is king, right?
Absolutely.
Well, these interfaces are basically the highways that determine how fast your computer can access data on those storage drives.
You can think of it like a highway with multiple lanes, some wider and faster than others.
I like that. So we're talking highways. NVMe is like that futuristic hyperloop everyone's been buzzing about. We're talking data transfer rates of gigabytes per second with almost zero latency. Imagine editing 4K video in real time with zero lag. That's the power of NVMe.
Yeah, it's a game changer for applications that demand lightning-fast data access, like high-performance computing, AI, and real-time analytics.
But with all that power, doesn't NVMe come with a hefty price tag?
That's a great question. It's true that NVMe can be more expensive,
Mm.
but it's worth considering the value it brings.
Would you say that NVMe is always the best option? Or are there times when SAS or SATA might be a better fit?
Well, it really depends on your specific needs and budget. While NVMe is the speed demon, SAS is no slouch either. It's like a reliable, high-speed train, capable of handling massive amounts of data with transfer rates of up to 12 Gbps. SAS is often found in servers and workstations where reliability and data integrity are paramount. It even has advanced features like hot swapping, which lets you replace drives without shutting down the entire system.
That's like changing a tire on a moving car.
Exactly. You can swap out a failing drive without any downtime, which is crucial for mission-critical applications.
So SAS is all about reliability and consistent performance. But what about SATA? Where does it fit into this picture?
SATA is like that dependable commuter train. Maybe not the fastest, but it gets you where you need to go reliably and affordably. It's still the most common interface found in many consumer devices. With transfer rates of 6 Gbps, SATA is a solid choice for everyday tasks, like browsing, emailing, and light productivity work where cost efficiency is a priority.
So we've got the speedster, NVMe, the reliable workhorse, SAS, and the budget-friendly option, SATA. But it's more than just speed, isn't it? Each interface has its own strengths and ideal use cases.
Absolutely. Choosing the right interface is like choosing the right tool for the job. You wouldn't use a hammer to screw in a light bulb, right?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So let's break down these use cases a bit further. You mentioned NVMe being ideal for things like AI and high-performance computing. Can you give us some specific examples of how this speed translates into real-world benefits?
Sure, imagine training a complex AI model. With NVMe, you can significantly reduce the training time, potentially from days to hours. Or think about scientific simulations. NVMe can accelerate those computations, leading to faster breakthroughs in research and development.
So in those scenarios, the higher cost of NVMe is often justified by the time and resources it saves.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right balance between performance and cost for your specific application.
Now, you mentioned that NVMe is optimized for SSDs. Why is that? What makes them such a good match?
Well, it's all about how NVMe communicates with the storage device. Traditional interfaces like SATA were designed for much slower hard disk drives. NVMe, on the other hand, was built from the ground up for SSDs, which are inherently much faster. NVMe takes full advantage of the SSD's capabilities by leveraging the PCIe bus for direct access to the CPU. This eliminates bottlenecks and unlocks the true potential of SSDs, allowing for those blazing fast speeds we talked about earlier.
It sounds like NVMe and SSDs are a match made in tech heaven.
You could say that. They complement each other perfectly, pushing the boundaries of storage performance.
Speaking of pushing boundaries, NVMe comes in different form factors, each tailored for specific applications. It's like having different sized tools in your toolbox.
That's a great way to put it.
So let's talk about these form factors. We've got M.2, U.2, and AIC, each with its own size and capabilities. Can you break down these options for us?
Absolutely. Let's start with M.2. It's the compact one you'll often find in laptops and smaller desktops. Think of it as the portable powerhouse. Then we have U.2, which is a bit larger, offering more bandwidth and power. You'll typically see U.2 in high-performance desktops and servers, where space isn't as much of a constraint. And finally, we have AIC, or add-in card, which resembles a PCIe card. It's the ultimate upgrade for speed enthusiasts and is commonly used in high-performance workstations and servers.
So it sounds like choosing the right form factor depends on the physical space available in your system and the level of performance you need.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right fit.
Now, before we move on to SAS and SATA, let's take a quick detour and talk about the evolution of storage interfaces. Remember those clunky IDPATA cables from back in the day?
Ah, yes. The dinosaurs of the storage world.
They were the standard for quite a while. But with a maximum speed of 133 millibytes, they just couldn't keep up with the demands of modern computing. It's amazing to see how far we've come.
It is a testament to the relentless pace of technological advancement. And speaking of advancements, we can't forget about Fibre Channel. It's a high-speed interface, primarily used in enterprise storage networks, or SANs.
So while NVMe, SAS, and SATA are common in individual computers, Fibre Channel is the king of the data center, right?
That's right. Fibre Channel utilizes fiber optic cables for data transfer, achieving speeds of up to 128 Gbps. It's the backbone of many large-scale storage systems, ensuring smooth and rapid data flow between servers and storage arrays.
It's amazing to think about the sheer volume of data that's being transferred every second in these data centers.
It's truly mind-boggling, and the demand for faster and more efficient storage solutions is only going to increase.
Which brings us to the important question. How do you choose the right storage interface for your specific needs? Is there a simple answer?
Unfortunately, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. It depends on several factors, including your budget, the type of workloads you're running, and the level of performance and reliability you require.
So let's break it down and help our listeners navigate this decision-making process. What are some key considerations they should keep in mind?
First and foremost, consider your budget. NVMe offers the highest performance, but often comes at a premium price. SAS provides a balance of performance and affordability, while SATA is the most budget-friendly option. Next, think about the type of workloads you're running. If you're dealing with demanding tasks like video editing, 3D rendering, or running a database server, you'll likely need the speed and low latency of NVMe. For general computing tasks like browsing, email, and office productivity, SATA might be sufficient. And if you need the reliability and features of SAS, there are options available to meet your needs.
It sounds like it's important to understand the trade-offs between performance, reliability, and cost.
Exactly. There's no single right answer. But by carefully considering your specific requirements, you can choose the interface that best aligns with your needs.
All right, so we've talked about the basics, NVMe, SAS, and SATA, but how do they actually play out in the real world?
Yeah, let's dive into some specific use cases. Let's start with the power users, those who demand the absolute best performance.
So we're talking like the folks pushing the limits of speed and efficiency.
Exactly. For those users, we have enterprise NVMe SSDs. They are designed for the most demanding workloads, like high-performance computing, HPC, and AI, where speed and low latency are absolutely crucial. Imagine rendering complex 3D animations or processing massive datasets in real time.
That's where these enterprise NVMe SSDs really shine.
Yeah, they excel in those situations.
So like if you're a professional video editor working with 8K footage, or a data scientist training a massive AI model, enterprise NVMe SSDs could be a game changer.
Absolutely. They can dramatically reduce rendering times, accelerate data processing, and help you achieve results much faster.
But as we discussed earlier, that level of performance often comes at a higher price.
Right.
So what about those who need NVMe performance, but maybe have to be a bit more budget conscious?
Well, for those users, we have data center, DC, NVMe SSDs. They offer that sweet spot between performance and price, making them a great option for businesses and professionals who need a significant performance boost without breaking the bank.
So it's like getting the benefits of NVMe, but without the premium price tag.
Exactly.
Can you give us some examples of where these DC and NVMe SSDs might be a good fit?
Sure. Imagine you're running a busy e-commerce website. DC NVMe SSDs could help you handle those sudden traffic spikes with ease, ensuring a smooth and responsive experience for your customers. Or consider a web developer working with large code bases. DC NVMe SSDs can significantly speed up compilation times, making the development process much more efficient.
It sounds like DC and NVMe SSDs offer a really strong value proposition for a wide range of applications.
They do. They deliver a very noticeable performance improvement over SAS and SATA, especially for read-intensive workloads.
Now let's shift gears and talk about SAS. You mentioned earlier it's a popular choice for servers and workstations. where reliability and data integrity are crucial. What makes SAS so well-suited for those environments?
Well, SAS has several features that make it ideal for mission-critical applications. We already talked about hot swapping, which allows for drive replacements without any downtime. But SAS also offers dual-ported drives for redundancy. This means that each drive has two connections, providing a fail-safe mechanism in case one connection fails.
So it's like having a built-in backup system for your drives.
Exactly. SAS also uses a very robust protocol that prioritizes data integrity, ensuring that your data is protected from errors during transmission.
That peace of mind must be essential for businesses handling sensitive data.
Absolutely. And within the SAS ecosystem, we have different tiers of performance and price points. Enterprise SAS SSDs are designed for high-performance applications and large-scale deployments, while value SAS SSDs offer a more budget-friendly option for smaller businesses or less demanding workloads.
So there's a SAS solution for pretty much every need and budget.
That's right.
And let's not forget about SATA SSDs. While they may not be as fast as NVMe or SAS, there's still a significant upgrade over traditional hard disk drives.
Absolutely.
They're a great way to boost the performance of older systems, or for everyday tasks that don't require the blazing speed of NVMe.
Exactly. SATA SSDs are the most affordable option, and they can significantly improve boot times, application loading, and overall system responsiveness.
Now, something we touched on earlier, but I think deserves more attention, is the concept of performance per dollar. How do these different storage options stack up in terms of value?
That's a great question. When you look at performance per dollar, NVC, NVMe SSDs often come out on top. They deliver a substantial performance boost over SAS and SATA at a relatively affordable price, making them a compelling choice for those looking to maximize their investment.
So even though NVMe might have a higher upfront cost, the performance gains could actually make it a more cost-effective solution in the long run.
That's often the case, especially if you're running applications that rely heavily on storage performance. By investing in faster storage, you can potentially save time and resources, ultimately boosting your overall productivity and efficiency.
It's a good reminder that we should consider not just the initial cost, but also the long-term value and potential return on investment. Now, I'm curious about the future of these storage technologies. What kind of advancements can we expect to see in the coming years?
Well, the storage landscape is constantly evolving, and NVMe is really at the forefront of that innovation. We're seeing newer versions like NVMe 2.0b, which brings enhanced features and performance improvements. And with the adoption of PCIe Gen 5, we can expect even faster data transfer rates in the near future.
So NVMe is continuing to push those boundaries of speed and efficiency. What about SAS? Is it keeping pace with these advancements?
SAS is also evolving, albeit at a slightly slower pace than NVMe. We're seeing updates like 24 GBPs and 48 GBP speeds, which will ensure that SAS remains a viable option for enterprise-level storage for years to come.
It sounds like SAS is holding its own in the enterprise space, particularly for applications that demand high reliability and a mature ecosystem.
That's right. SAS has a proven track record of reliability, and it continues to be a strong contender in the storage market.
But what about SATA? Does it have a future in this rapidly evolving landscape?
Well, SATA is a mature technology, and while it's still relevant today, its lack of planned future enhancements suggests that it might eventually fade in popularity as NVM and SAS continue to advance.
So while SATA might be a good choice for certain applications today, it's probably not a technology to invest in for the long haul.
That's a reasonable assessment. If you're looking for future-proof storage solutions, NVMe and SAS are likely the safer bets.
All right, so we've talked about NVMe, we've talked about SAS, SATA, all these different interfaces. But it can be a little overwhelming, right? Trying to choose the right one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But don't worry, that's why companies like Stonefly exist, to help you navigate all this and provide solutions that simplify this whole storage world.
Yeah, they really do a great job of making it easy to understand and choose the right solution.
And I think we've done a pretty good job of demystifying it all today.
Absolutely. We've broken down NVMe, SAS, SATA, talked about their strengths, weaknesses, use cases, even looked ahead to what the future holds.
So big thanks to all our listeners for joining us on this deep dive into storage interfaces.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
We hope you found it insightful and maybe even a little bit fun.
And of course, a big thank you to Stonefly for their support.
Absolutely. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to hear more about exciting technology, be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more episodes. Until then, happy storing, everyone.